Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe right now. So today I will be breaking down what's going on in January 2026. So guys, already we are showing some volatility in the market. We have Davos, Switzerland Economic Forum going on right now as of today, January 21st. So today, just a few highlights. So the market was down on the 20th, down over 1%, I think close to 1.5%. Then the next day, the market's back up again, based on the economic talks in Switzerland, in Davos, Switzerland. So today, Trump said that we are doing tremendous. The numbers are tremendous. The economy is doing well. People are making money. Jobs are going up. Jobs are being filled. The economy is doing well, thriving. These are some of the best numbers they've ever had. He also, on the other hand, said that some of the people he's negotiating with, he called some of the leaders stupid that were in the forum. So of course we know that when the Davos Economic Forum or Fed's president speaking, we know that Fed chair is speaking, we know we're going to have some volatility in the market. The market can move up and down. So today, that's exactly what that was. This is why it's so important to stay invested long term. I had someone call me yesterday. A client was asking if they should get out the market, they should cash out, sell. I told them no, stay in the market. Even though we have the pullbacks, the volatility, 1% is a small pullback. I've set through 5%, 10%, 20% corrections, pullbacks in the market. So no, 1% is not a time that you want to be cashing out, pulling your money out. You want to be a long-term investor, keep your money in there and let your money stay strong. I'm looking at a few notes. If you guys see me looking at this, what I'm doing. If you guys have any questions, anything you'd like me to clear up, explain, let me know. Please leave a comment and video in the comments down below. So as I said, today was an economic forum, Davos, Switzerland, which is the big thing. We had JP Morgan, CEO Jamie Dimon speaking, one of my favorite CEOs. Just kind of gives you the barometer of how the economy is doing, what his thoughts are, what he's seeing as far as the job market. And he did say that there will be more jobs eliminated. So this is the time that you want to reskill, you want to retool, you want to spend your money wisely. Be careful about how much debt you're getting in. And if it's not a nice used car or house, or stocks for me, something that I'm usually not willing to spend my money on, waste my money on. I'm only trying to buy assets, invest this money, and I'm spending my money wisely. So Trump said that we have a deal concept for Greenland. So they're fighting over Greenland. He would like to own Greenland. We said today that they thought they're going in, there may be some conflict. And during the Davos, Switzerland talk, Trump said that we have reached a concept for the Greenland takeover. Said that there would not be violence. So it would not, be overtaken anything that was forceful. So because of that, the market was up again. So we went from being down about 1.5%, a little over 1.5%, to up 1%. So that's a 2.5% swing. So if you guys sold yesterday on Tuesday, you would have missed out on a 2% recovery as of today, because we were down over 1%, up 1% today. And then overall, the markets were down over 1% on Tuesday, and then they were up over 1% on Wednesday. So that is volatility, that swings based on news, based on headlines, things that we're seeing. The market is moving. We had TSM that hit a high. They had earnings on January 15th. The earnings were very good. So TSM is one of the biggest chip contracting companies. So we have clients probably like AMD, NVIDIA, Micron, the top chip companies. Some of these people may be working with TSM. So their earnings on the 15th, they closed around $328. It's the highest $350, 52. Now they're back around that 328 mark. So that stock shot up. We had SMH, which was a chip ETF. That ETF went up tremendously. SOXL, which is the SOX long ETF for the chips. Then we had today Dow up 1.2%, S&P up 1.6%, NASDAQ at 1.8%. So after the positive news, all these rallied based on the fears of Greenland being taken over. Index funds did well. What I see, a little bit of rotation, money coming out of maybe some of the NVIDIA, some of the stocks that have been doing well. They say that now in January that the AI trade is kind of cooling off. So that would be pretty much Microsoft is kind of sitting still. NVIDIA has went down a little bit. Then we have some money going into other things that are related to the data center, to the memory. I guess the memory, I would say class. So we had Western Digital, which is WDC is the ticker, up 8.49%, almost 8.5%. So this stock has been on fire the past month. SanDisk, which is crazy. They make the little digital cards I use for YouTube. For memory chips, this thing was up 10.63%. So those options are going crazy, but the options are, in some cases, expensive. They're over $1,000. Some of these trades, to be very careful with that. But right now, I see a little bit of the money coming out of the typical data center plays, going into more of the memory chip plays. More small caps are going up. So this is where, I would say rotation. I mean, the money could go there for a little while, but what I like to do is like to stay invested in the index funds, because in S&P, it is diversified. So I'm getting a little bit more diversification without having to pick a single stock, which I also invest in single stocks. Another one that's been on fire is AMD. Now, AMD is a stock that I like. I've owned this for a long time. I saw AMD years ago. I got into this stock originally around $7 per share, and I've been holding this stock. I sold a little bit in Apple. Those are one of my main holdings. Apple is sliding down right now. We've seen Apple go from about 160 down to from 260 down to about 240. So Apple is close to a 10% drawdown. But overall, the market is doing well. It will depend on the news with Greenland, how Trump responds, what he says he's going to do. We said that backed off tariffs today. Once the tariff threat came down, of course, the market comes back, because we saw a 20% drawdown in April of 2025 because Trump threatened tariffs. We said that we were going to have tariffs that were 100, 200%, 50%, 75%. So these were extremely high tariffs. And now I'm reading articles talking about these tariffs are not just placed on other countries. They're going to be passed on to the citizens, to us, as we're buying stuff in the U.S., making items more expensive. We already know that in 2025, we saw housing go up. Interest rates have remained high. They have been around 7%. Now we've seen them in the past 6 months slide down to about 6% is where the rates are. So housing is a big part of the economy. If we can get affordable housing, rates come down, people can refinance, which means they have more extra cash to now invest, to buy cars, to spend money at stores, which gets the economy going. But as of right now, the S&P, Dow, and NASDAQ are all up over 1%, so the market has recovered pretty quickly. Then we have SanDisk and we have Western Digital, which you see money going in that because those stocks are up about 8 to 10%. So with those stocks, that's the kind of where we are seeing the money flow. So if you guys are in those stocks, if you've been owning them, holding them for a while, you guys are doing pretty well, because those stocks are absolutely booming right now. What I will be doing is I will stay continuously in XLK, S&P 500, and the NASDAQ QQQ. That's where I like to concentrate, put most of my money. If you guys have any questions about this, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to talk about next. TSM is on my watch list. I will be making a video about TSM. Make sure you guys subscribe. If you have any questions, please let me know. And guys, I look forward to giving you guys more videos, more content, and giving you guys more insight about the market and what I'm doing, what I'm seeing. Make sure you guys, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one. Peace.